Good. All right, so today we're going to talk about using Fujifilm cameras in the studio environment. But first, let me go get a coffee. I'm good now. Alright, so if, like me, when you transition from a DSLR camera or are looking to transition from a DSLR camera to a mirrorless camera, you were wondering to yourself because you kept hearing about how mirrorless technology was so great because you could see a live preview of whatever you were doing. So it would show the final image basically with the exposure right, how bright or how dark it would be, and then you were wondering to yourself, well, if I use that in a studio, the camera is not going to account for the flashes, therefore it's going to be all black. Well, today I'm going to show you how you can set your camera for it to be reacting somewhat like a DSLR. So whatever settings you change, if you go to f/22, you will still see a perfectly exposed image. So basically disabling the live exposure preview. So no matter which X series or GFX camera you'll be using, it will be very similar in terms of setting it up. So you will go into the menu, down to the wrench icon and into the screen setup. And then you will go down until you find the preview exposure and white balance in manual mode. From there, you can choose to preview the exposure and white balance. You can preview the white balance only, or you can set it off completely. That's what I personally use whenever I'm shooting in a studio. Now, if you're like me and you transition a lot from natural light to studio light or flashes, you might want to add this option to a function button. So to set that up, you will simply press down on the display back button for a couple seconds, and then you will see a diagram pop up on your screen of your camera, and then from there you can choose a function button of your choice, and then you will look for the preview exposure white balance in manual mode option and then select it, and then now this button will help you toggle between the different options. So as you can see, if I click on my function button, I can toggle between the preview, exposure and white balance, the white balance only, or turn it off completely. So that's how you set up your Fujifilm camera to shoot in the studio. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to finish my coffee.